So it kind of seems like life is totally taking a halt, right? Really, it's an unheard of time in our world right now. We are literally living history, and this will be covered in history way after it has occurred. It will be something that will be in the history books, and that in itself is kind of mind-blowing. My generation went through 9/11, and that was really hard for us to grasp because we had never really experienced anything like that on the front lines of our own country. Now we're seeing countries as a whole torn down by something that all of us are affected by. So today we're going to cover accountability and how we can make sure that we're holding ourselves accountable to being in our highest self. Hey guys, welcome to Clarity Couture. I'm Lindsay. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you and taking the time to be present with me. So today I wanted to talk about accountability and making sure that we are holding ourselves accountable through a time when it's really easy to fall off the trailer in regards to ensure that we are being our highest selves. It is easy to say, oh, it's just a couple days, and then a couple days turn into like a week, and then you're just like, what happened? So honestly, that's one of the reasons I always said I wouldn't take a day off. It's like, I can't take a day off. A day off turns into 2 weeks off for me. I just don't know. There's no happy medium. Time blocking works for that, guys. So I figured that I would just suggest a fun little challenge to do while we're in this time of in between, right? The unknown, the where are we going time, right? Like, just what is happening? We really need to hold ourselves accountable and remember that this is literally a time that history is being made right now, and we can choose to freak out, or we can hold ourselves accountable for who we are projecting out into the world and how maybe we are making others feel by those projections, right? Like that incessant freaking out actually hinders others from getting into a calm vibration themselves because they're focused on helping, maybe us with our vibration, right? So it's really, really important to hold yourself accountable right now and be like, okay, let's be real. What am I feeling? So what we want to do is just, get a pen and paper and write accountability challenge at the top, and then write out number one. Write out what you're feeling right now. I can't tell if that's like a bug or... Sorry guys, I get really distracted. Like, is it a bug? Why am I like this? Okay. Alright, back to our challenge. So you want to really think about, for number one, what am I feeling in this current moment, right? So we're going to write number one. What am I feeling? I'm coming up with this while I'm doing this video, by the way, guys. What am I feeling right now? What is that current overrunning emotion? Not thought. What is the emotion? What is the most overwhelming emotion I feel right now? We're going to write it down. I'm actually pretty chill. I'm chilling. I'm happy. Happiness. Happiness is a choice. We'll get to that later this week. So, number two, how can I shift that emotion to one that will serve my ideal outcome? Well, first off, you have to know what your outcome is. What do you want your outcome to be? And right now, we just want to shift the energy if we're not in a good vibing energy. So right now, your only outcome that you're searching for is to feel better than you did before you watched this video. So how can I shift that emotion to one that serves my ideal outcome? What can you do right now? Like, for instance, squatting. I'm not a fitness coach. However, I do know about chakras. Squatting connects you to your root chakra. Your root chakra connects your stability to feeling grounded in this reality. So if you're feeling ungrounded, stand up right now and do 10 squats. Any kind you want. You can do the hip thrust kind, you can do the sumo squats, yogic squat. Okay, I kind of do know how to work out, but I'm not a fitness trainer. We be talking mindset here. Okay, so now that you've done those squats, three, where is my emotion now? See, you're probably feeling hyped up, energized, maybe a little excited. Like, when I feel energized, I feel pumped up. Like, okay, like your body, all of the energy in your body is moving. You've changed the atmosphere because if you weren't moving when you were watching this. Now you're moving. So your emotion would be at like energized or excited. Sometimes when I do 10 squats and I didn't want to do 10 squats, I feel proud. I'm like, yeah, good job, bro. Good job, my guy. All right, so four, how can I continue this momentum? Well, It's pretty obvious. Like if you're sitting all day or you're doing things on the computer, you're zoning out, pull out your phone and set a alarm for like every 2 or 3 hours to go off, and just have it go off and say do 10 squats, do 20 squats, do 50 squats, however many squats you want to do. How can I continue this momentum? That's how you continue the momentum. What's the last question we're going to do? I read the paper, guys. 5. How can I ensure consistency with my positive momentum? Okay, we just said setting an alarm, right? The next thing I would do is keep track. Like, I'm not really good with Excel. I have to use it. I'm okay with Excel. I can do it, but it's not my favorite. So you can literally get a little notebook. Get a little. This notebook is full, and I flipped it over, and I'm using the back side. All of these are full on the other side. That's how much I write. So you can get a little notebook and keep it, like, you can like post it wherever you're doing your squats or whatever it is that you're holding yourself accountable to in this regard. Post it or tape it or magnetize it or whatever in that area. So when you're done with it, kind of like how you would have like a time clock at work or clock in at work, you're clocking into holding yourself accountable, basically. So for the 5th answer to that, how can I ensure consistency with my positive momentum? Clocking in and keeping yourself accountable that way. When your little alarm goes off, show up and do it. Don't put it off for 5 minutes because you're in the middle of a show. Pause the show, get up, we could play the show, and do whatever it is. Like if it's squats, you can do it while you're watching the show. Obviously, if it's something else, hold yourself accountable in that regard, and you'll see a positive momentum shift where you were just expecting like time off. You'll be like, whoa, this is a whole different realm of what I had expected from when we started here, right? So I hope that helped you guys. I am seeing that if I don't do these specific things for myself, I fall behind, and it's just kind of a human trait. And if that is something that has been ingrained in you longer than the persistence of these positive habits, that's what will come to the forefront if you allow yourself to get on autopilot. So that's why we do the accountability challenges like this, is to ensure that you don't fall into autopilot, right? Today's affirmation is just an easy one, guys. I hold myself accountable for everything I experience. I hold myself accountable for everything I experience. I hold myself accountable for everything I experience. And by holding yourself accountable for the things that you experience, you realize how easy it is to shift your experience by shifting your thoughts. So I hope that this really drove you guys to do something a little bit different. Shift yourself out of that stagnant energy if you had any. Don't forget, if you love the video, subscribe and click that thumbs up button. Also, just wanted to remind you guys that I have the beta program running. Go to claritycouture.com and click on the unicorn that's labeled Find Clarity. Go ahead and fill out that questionnaire if that's something that you're interested in. Remember that your body is a vehicle for your soul, so please drive yourselves well. Namaste.